expectation. TV. The tournaments are a little different this year. Games are just as real. The thrill, the drama, the excitement. It's all still here. Stars will shine. Heroes will emerge. To win it! Yes! The glory of winning a championship will be as meaningful as ever. Things are looking up, Minnesota. Enjoy the tournaments together.
All right, let's go. Let's make some more memories. It is Championship Saturday here at the State Boys Basketball Tournament. We will crown 4 champions for the 2020-2021 boys basketball season here in the state of Minnesota. Chris Long with you here. Thanks for joining us on 45 TV. I'm joined by Leah B. Olson, Leah Hancock, and Hayfield. They're playing for the Class A title. They feature 2 of the best players in their class statewide. Matt Thompson for Hancock, Ethan Slothog for Hayfield. They both average over 20 points a game.
Yeah, I think this is going to be a great matchup. Both of these teams play great man-to-man defense, and both of them have star players who can score and rebound the ball.
And you talk about rebounding. Easton Fritcher for Hayfield's hanging some ridiculous numbers.
Yeah, he has been outstanding in this tournament. He had 29 rebounds in the quarterfinals, but 44 rebounds total in this tournament, so he can control the tempo of this game.
Second title appearance for both these teams. Hayfield lost to Kenyon Wanamingo in 2001. Hancock, you all remember, Chad Noose hit the game winner with 4 seconds left to beat Wabasso in 97, and we saw some family members of his last night.
That's exactly right. His nieces won the title game last night with Becker, Courtney, and Danny Noose, so it's a basketball family.
Both these teams are 4 seeds, as it was an upset fest in Class A, but here they are, the Owls and Vikings playing for the title. Let's meet the teams with Ken Sargent.
Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to Target Center. At this time, we'd like to introduce the teams for this state tournament championship game in Class 1A. Between the champions of Section 6 with a record of 19-5, the Hancock Owls. And they meet the champions of Section 1 with a record of 20-4, the Hayfield Vikings. Here is the starting lineup for the visiting team from Hancock. At forward, a 6'1" senior, number 13, Brandon Kellenberger. At the other forward, a 6'2" senior, number 15, Preston Roloff. At center for the Owls, a 6'7" junior, number 31, Matt Thompson. At guard, a 6'1" senior, number 3, Cody Burgett. And at the other guard, a 5'8" senior, number 21, Adam Shaw. Assistant coaches for Hancock are Nate Holloman and Peyton Roloff. Head coach of the Owls is Corey Beadle. And now here is the starting lineup for the home team from Hayfield. At forward, a 6'2" sophomore, number 11, Isaac Maddie. At the other forward, a 6'3" senior, number 34, Ethan Slothog. At center, a 6-foot junior, number 4, Easton Fritcher. At guard, a 5'11" sophomore, number 23, Ethan Pack. And at the other guard, a 5'9" junior, number 24, Kobe Foster. Assistant coaches for Hayfield are John Kruger and Tanner Kramer. Head coach of the Vikings is Chris Pack. The officials for today's contest, Eric Guler is the first umpire, Brad Siliason is the referee, and our second umpire is Steve Burns. Ladies and gentlemen, would you please stand and remove your hats as our national anthem is played?
Welcome to Target Center. Championship day here for the boys. Looking forward to that. The starting lineups are being brought to you by Education Minnesota, the voice for professional educators and students. Dave Lee here with Kevin Lynch. Kevin, let's look at who's starting here today.
Well, it is an interesting matchup, no question about it, Dave. You know, can Hayfield play big enough to bother Matt Thompson? Now, he does a lot of his damage inside, and 18 rebounds the other day in the semis. So he's going to be a handful. So Hayfield's got to be ready to go and try to bother him as much as possible. But I think for the most part, Dave, wouldn't you say these teams are pretty evenly matched as far as talent and athleticism?
Yeah, pretty good buzz outside the Target Center. I was talking to quite a few folks today about this game from both sides. And yeah, I think the same thing, Kevin. Everybody thinks it should be a pretty good game. And away we go, and we're off and into the hands of the Owls to start this game.
Man-to-man defense here by Hayfield, the Vikes.
We just kind of feel each other out here, see what each other does. They have a pretty good concept, I think, but you never know till you get out here. Run that cycle off of that top. He's got a shot there if he wants it. Adam Shaw won't take it. Preston Roloff, number 15 with the ball. Preston yesterday was honored as one of the AAA scholarship winners of Sharp. Kid, as most of these kids out there, but he was one of the scholarship winners. That was quite an honor for him yesterday.
I really think his leadership at the point guard spot has been huge for this team. They had a good point guard last year, and they were kind of nervous about who's going to fill it in, and Preston has done an excellent job, obviously, helping his team get to this point. Good defense, Dave.
That's a minute with the basketball right there, Kevin.
Yep.
And really no penetration.
I mean, just kind of feeling the defense out a little bit.
Kellenberger gets the very patient first score of the game. So if this continues, a minute for each offense, this could be a 9-9 score at halftime.
Yeah.
For a point a minute.
I get the feeling they're going to attack a little bit quicker than what we just witnessed. But that's just my feeling.
Could be 18-18 too. We'll see how this all turns out. But either way, yeah, it's not surprising. First time around, trying to get used to that other team, see what they do.
And almost like shake out some nerves, you know. They're, believe me, all 10 of these kids out there feeling it. Nice jump shot right there.
Yeah, Manny hits it.
I know I said this a couple days ago, Dave, when we were working some of the Sunday games, but just that mid-range jumper, I love. It was a part of my game, and sometimes I get a little tired of hearing about efficiency and three-point shooting and da-da-da. I mean, threes are fine, but make some mid-range jumpers, too. That's good.
On the board, scramble, and goes back to Hancock. Owls popping a three. It's good. Big man Thompson.
Well, yeah, it's just, he's going to be, well, what's going on here? What is going on here?
That's awesome. Talk about staying in the game.
Yeah, you're kidding.
And a miscue, but pulled down by Hayfield. How about that? The Vikings not giving up underneath. Good fake. Good move to the hoop. Won't go. Boy,
Ethan Slottock, you got to make that, young fella. Bank it in.
he is such a good basketball player. Man, did he look good in the semis, Kevin.
He certainly did. Got 34 points. He had 40 recently, so this kid's got that that scoring gene. Thompson inside, Dave.
Yeah, you like him too. He's a pretty good football player as well. A lot of these kids multi-sport athletes. 7-2 now. Hancock with the early lead, and Hayfield with the basketball. Right now is Section 1. Two teams pretty similarly built, and there's Slot Hog, and he'll draw the fall. That's what he does. Just kind of hangs in the air. His dad, Greg, won a couple of state titles at Fulda as the head girls coach back in 06 and 07.
Beautiful back cut. You know, defense, what you do, that's how you relieve pressure when somebody's trying to, you know, deny you a pass. Make a nice little quick cut to the, you know, kind of a backdoor cut. Your point guard recognizes what's going on, and he's wide open and potential three-point play here.
Got him. Hayfield now with it, two of Hancock here in the early going. Great to have you with at 45 TV, wherever you're watching, here in the state or in other parts of the world. Thompson, the big guy, underneath, kind of a tough angle, and he made it look easy.
He did a nice little Akeem Olajuwon shimmy shake in that post-up move. That was beautiful, and like you said, he was kind of behind the backboard too, but able to negotiate himself and make that little short jumper.
Moving around, they get an open look for three right there. Rebound hung on to by the Vikings. Slothog, he can drive quite well too, as you can see there, and then blocked off with some help from the right side, but that means somebody's open, and that's a three-pointer. Foster's on the score sheet.
Well, and that was set up really by the attention that Slothog gets. He pulled a second defender over there, and that allowed that open shooter to find the spot. Rise and release and splash.
Roloff, Thompson, double teamed again, and then he touches that basketball. There's Roloff outside the arc. Trying to get just a little bit closer and turn around to fade away. That's a good looking shot, just will not drop. Hayfield, quick shot on the outside. Nope, they'll bring her back. I don't think either of these teams do. I mean, they're both pretty disciplined, Kevin. I don't think you're going to see a whole lot of bad decisions out here.
Yeah, I think they both want to play fast. They're like an opportunity, fast break team. If it's there, you take it. If not, you can pull it back and play half court. Both teams are comfortable doing that, yes.
Here comes Hancock out of the Pheasant Conference. Moving around a little bit here. That's Kellenberger. Haven't seen a lot of Burgett yet, and he is an ace on the three-pointers.
Yeah, right.
He's one of the better three-point shooters in this tournament.
He had some key shots on Wednesday in the semis, didn't he, Dave?
Oh, man, look at that. Spin move inside for Big Matt Thompson.
Beautiful, beautiful. We've been talking about the spin move last couple days. I don't think it's utilized as much by players these days. Everybody wants to do the crossover between the legs, but that spin move is, when it's executed nicely, it's an easy two, typically.
Maddie. Great bounce pass underneath. No angle. Let's kick it out. Try for three. And it works.
Boy, yet again, there's Ethan Slothog drawing attention from the defense. Little penetrating move off the dribble, and that frees up a shooter.
And that's Ethan Pack. He's played really well, particularly in part of the season. Really found his range. That three is off. Rebound. That is Foster. Kobe with the board. Slothog will bring it up. Tie game at 11. Slothog trying to get down on that baseline, and he does get extra help again the minute he starts getting into that lane.
Yeah, exactly.
Good steal. Quick theft. And now on the fast break, and the follow-up on the block by Foster. Stopping the layup, but that means a couple of shots coming up.
I don't know why Slothog left him at the last second there. That allowed the player for the Owls to get to the basket. See, it's kind of hard to tell a bit inside. Watch this little spin move, but that previous shot, Dave, you're right, he was behind the backboard, kind of deep into that baseline, and somehow able to kind of twist his body in a way where he could actually get a look as that first free throw is missed.
That's Adam Shaw, the 5'8" senior. And one more time for Adam, and that one will go. Rebound, tipped around. And Thompson will take a three, and he got it. I thought I heard an inadvertent buzzer there for a second.
Yeah, the horn went off, and the coach right now up on the top of your screen there is letting the referee have it. The kids just kept playing, and Thompson eventually just sticks it.
Aaron pass, but recovered. Pack has it. 3-point lead for the Owls. Here come the Vikings. Nothing there. Baseline is into the hands of Isaac Maddie. Maddie off that pick. Thompson gets his mitts on it. Almost stolen. There's the open three. Kobe again, and got it. Boy, wow. That's nice. You got Foster hitting a couple of threes to start the game. He's already has his high scoring total here so far in the state tournament. And clutch shots on the outside. There's Roloff. But that, I don't know if that's a pass or a shot to Thompson. I'm not sure what it was, but
not sure. I'll tell you what, the Vikings have been penetrating and kicking in an excellent fashion. There's Thompson lining it up from the corner, and Vikings come back with a three themselves. You know this guy?
With the most standard safety features in its class.
Nice stuff, Mom.
Thanks. The fiercely reimagined Nissan Rogue. Get a low $219 per month lease on Rogue, or get 0% financing for up to 84 months on 14 models.
Andrea, hi.
Hi.
Why'd you join?
Well, I sing,
Yeah?
and I saw some pictures from a performance,
And?
and I needed to do something.
Ah, and you lost?
60 big ones.
Whoa! Anyone you know try it?
Yeah, my mom.
Ah, and she lost...
117 pounds.
Wow! She should be here too.
Yeah, she should.
Momentum is motivating, and with Livia, the momentum starts now. Personalized plan, professional guidance, proven results. Join Livia now and get your first 8 weeks free.
The Baxter Family Survival Guide.
Dad, you taught us to be self-sufficient.
Yet you're all still here. Expect the unexpected. If you want money, maybe you should do what other people do.
Get my own reality show. Dad, I'm trying.
Last Man Standing.
5 nights a week at 8 and 8:30 on 45 TV.
At 9, we're all about being local. We'll get you caught up on what's happening around you at an earlier time. Plus, we know Minnesota weather. Count on us to bring you an accurate forecast. Plan ahead and join us at 9.
The tournaments on 45 TV are brought to you by the Greater Twin Cities Honda Dealers, proud sponsor of Minnesota Youth Basketball. Let's take a look at the keys to the game. They're brought to you by the Greater Twin Cities Honda Dealers, proud sponsor of Minnesota Youth Basketball.
Well, if you're the Owls of Hancock, get the ball inside to Thompson as much as possible. Control the pace. That's right. That's their game. And then for Hayfield, force turnovers. You want to play a little bit faster, get good ball movement, which they've done up to this point. That's why they're making threes early, Dave, because that ball is moving and the open player is getting the shot. That's smart.
Oh, alley-oop. Look at the beautiful timing on that play. As a result, Fritcher is in the book, and they got all the starters who have scored in it.
That's the guy who had 29 boards as a 6-footer in their quarterfinal win in the state tournament. That's amazing.
Quick moving to the basketball, knocked out of bounds off Hayfield. Well, he's got 44 in the tournament in 2 games.
Yeah, that's pretty amazing. Nice little backdoor cut, little back screen, which allowed Fritcher the ability to get up there for that little alley-oop. He's a really good baseball player, Dave. He's been offered by Minnesota to play baseball for the Gophers.
Yeah, that's impressive. Play for John Anderson, that'd be a bonus. He's one of the greatest coaches out there in the college game, I think. Slot hog, all sorts of moves to get in there, won't go. That was a great pass, too. I want to mention Ethan Pack, who has set up that alley-oop down low. Here come the Owls, coached by Corey Beadle. Won a state championship last time back in 1997. And the boys and girls, I think, both won in 97.
Really?
I think so.
Well, that's interesting. It really seems like sometimes like you just get a wave of really good, girl athletes, and then they win in a bunch of sports, and then sometimes the boys, it kind of flip-flops for these smaller schools. The suburban schools, maybe it's a little bit different, but that's pretty phenomenal.
The runner in the lane, just a nice, easy touch on that shot for Isaac Maddie, his 4th point of the game. Yeah, I ran into Ryan Jetma. Ryan was on that 97 team before the game outside the arena today in that Class 8 team. They hit a squad.
Look at this defense now. Hancock is not overly pressuring, but it's kind of look at Thompson. Thompson's just going to let him catch as far as Fritcher. And then another 3-point attempt. Wow.
Yeah, that's Maddie. He's having a good start.
Man, these kids, you get these state title games and you think they're going to be nervous and break a couple shots, but this team, Hayfield, is they're in the zone already. Impressive.
Well, let's try another 3. It's a torrid pace. And that is Burgett, who finally gets a chance to shoot, and he hasn't. But we mentioned he is a great 3-point shooter, 11 3-pointers against Ortonville for a school record earlier this year, so he can light it up as well. There's Slot Hog. Look at that drive and that slice to the hoop.
Really nice. Yeah, Burgett, who's got the ball right now, boy, he's got a really nice stroke. And, I'm sorry, that's Juice, but Burgett's in the corner coming up, but that's a kid who's got to get going, too, for Hancock as far as doing some damage from downtown.
Well, both teams pretty good defensively as well, and they're not going to give too much room to Burgett, as you can even see off of the ball. He's covered pretty closely.
Yeah.
Another 3 on the way. High, arching, beautiful looking shot. And Kellenberger has his first triple.
That's this game's eighth made 3. Each team has made 4. That's impressive considering this is a big moment right now, and sometimes you get a little jittery, but it seems like these guys are feeling good.
Oh, just a nice, simple bounce pass underneath Pacas there. Boy, these teams are executing about perfect. Don't show any kind of signs of nerves.
Yeah, you're right.
Good game to start. Our first of 4 today. There's Kellenberger, just hit that 3. Matt Thompson. Preston Roloff, scholarship winner. He's got the ball out there. They're just kind of working around a little bit. They want to go to Thompson now. And a quick hands of Isaac Maddie.
There's Fritcher. A little handoff there, and one of the 3s from the top of the key. Most of these 3s are coming from both teams. Coming in the corner, and there's Schlothog Dave slicing his way for 2. And boy, I think the mode of trying to feel each other out is done with, and they're just playing. This is great.
Boy, Fritcher gives up 7 inches, and he's done a nice job trying to keep Thompson out of there. Matt follows his own miss, though, and gets it. And a foul afterwards.
Now, that was borderline over the back on Thompson. There's a lot of bodies kind of bumping and shoving on that little spin move, little double team, got over there, but he did it. He was smart. He took the shot, knew it wasn't going to go in, then just kept going towards the basket, able to reacquire the basketball.
1-point lead for Hayfield. Hancock with it, and the high pass, a dangerous pass. Fritcher right there to knock it loose. He's going to get it right back on the feed to the hoop, takes his time, puts it up with that left-handed layup, and has his 4th point of this title game.
Only a 6-footer, but this dude is tough.
Again, the short-range jumper is good by Hancock, and that is Luke Jose who made that shot.
I want to say something about that little pull-up jump shot. It's always easier. I mean, high school kids especially, they think getting closer to the basket is always going to be an easier shot, but sometimes you get into big bodies and they start blocking and altering your shot. That little pull-up, like we just witnessed, is even a better shot to take than trying to get all the way to the front of the rim. That was a smart play.
Fritcher hustling his way in, trying to get position, gets it right back. He's got the good fake, but Thompson covers him up. So now they got to go to that right side. Again, trying to penetrate inside, and against Thompson, that's tough to get that shot off right there. Let's have Fritcher take us to break. Look at this great play. Yeah, he's rewarded.
Started with good defense and then hustles down the court.
The reasons to treat yourself to a frozen drink from McDonald's go on and on. Enjoy our new frozen drinks and these delicious flavors.
Hi, I'm Steve Brown, CEO of Summit Mortgage Corporation. For 28 years, Summit Mortgage has been guiding fellow Minnesotans through their homeownership journey. Community is very important to Summit, and that's why we're a proud sponsor of the Minnesota High School League tournaments. From all of us at Summit Mortgage, we'd like to say good luck to our aspiring Minnesota athletes participating in this year's tournament. Summit Mortgage, guiding you home.
Want to save hundreds on your wireless bill? With Xfinity Mobile, you can. How about saving hundreds on the new Samsung Galaxy S21 Ultra 5G? You can do that too. All on the most reliable network? Sure thing. And with fast nationwide 5G included at no extra cost, we've got you covered. So join the carrier rated #1 in customer satisfaction. And learn how much you can save at xfinitymobile.com/mysavings.
The reasons to treat yourself to a frozen drink from McDonald's go on and on. Enjoy our new frozen drinks and these delicious flavors.
Players to watch today are brought to you by LiUNA, Minnesota's infrastructure union. Visit liunaminnesota.org.
Well, no secret, the 2 top players in this ball game, Matt Thompson for Hancock. Obviously impressive numbers right there. He's gotten it done up to this point. Schlothog, not as many points, Thompson's got 12 points, Dave. Slaughthog only 5, but the assists and the ability to get to places on the floor where he can get his teammates involved, that's been huge.
Boy, just a great heads-up steal by Slaughthog. You're just talking about him, Kevin. He has 7 points in the game, and he puts his team in front by 3 now.
6'3". And basically their point guard in a lot of ways, too. So he's like the biggest player on the team, but he really makes them go.
Another steal, and behind the back pass. Pack. Foster, no shot there. Good coverage. Kellenberger's got him. Or Slaughthog, rather, and that 3 will not go. We haven't seen a whole lot of missed threes in this game.
Pritchard, they're leaving him open. I mean, they're allowing him to get open shots. He's just not an outside shooter, so he's just kind of a passing station, Dave, for the Vikings when it comes to when he catches the ball, especially on the perimeter.
This is Roloff, and thinking about that shot and trying his man in the air, didn't go for it. Good defensive pressure, and Slaughthog's got it again. And on his way, 1-1 against Thompson, and he'll get it.
He intentionally dribbled right into Thompson to take away the length of the big man. And then, I mean, that's just a mature decision as far as how to use your body. That was, boy, how many steals does he have already in this ball game? He's just picking people left and right and getting down the floor, Dave. Watch this play right here. Excellent. Same situation, gets a steal, and he's off to the races. Kind of puts his body into the big man. To cut away the angle. And watch it right here. You'll get a good look at it right here. It goes into the body of him. And that allows him to take away the shot blocker.
Hayfield Vikings left today from the Oaks Golf Course. That's where they had a little bit of a send-off today. The team was out there on the way here. Our closed captioning is being brought to you by Minnesota Touchstone Energy Cooperatives. Together, we save. Good game so far. Lead held on to by Hayfield. Out of the Gopher Conference, Chris Pack is head coach, Southwest Minnesota State. He's a great baseball player down there for Coach Blanchard. And I got to think if you know Coach Blanchard for a long time. Knew his dad. His dad was Johnny Blanchard, plays for the Yankees. He's
really?
Great baseball guy down there at Southwest State. Inside, and the shot is going to go up. Boy, he got that off. That was a pretty good move by Adam Shaw to get it out over everybody's arms, hands.
Yeah, he kind of waited, too. He didn't rush it up there. He waited for just a split second and almost just to gather himself, and then he's able to finish that pretty easily.
Not giving anybody too much room to shoot right now. There's Slaughthog. He's been doing it all of a sudden. And a fadeaway jumper. Boy, how do you stop that, Kevin?
Can't. I mean, you go hard into a stop on a dime type of move and then pull up jump shot. I mean, that's, and he's 6'3". He's pretty athletic and bouncy, so it's hard to even contest a shot like that or a move like that.
Thompson trying to drive in. He's going to be fouled on the way in by Fritcher. Again, Fritcher gives away about 7 inches on that matchup.
Well, he's banking on getting into the big man's legs a little bit, maybe taking away his balance. And he's going to play, I guarantee you, Fritcher is going to play, get into his knees a little bit for Thompson and try to take away that power that he's got in his legs. That's a good decision.
Hancock with the basketball. Hayfield with the lead by 5. Here under 3 minutes to go in half. Number 1 from Target Center, downtown Minneapolis. And Thompson double team. So Roloff will try that short range shot, and Preston's got his first point of the game.
Boy, 67. Each team, Dave, is shooting almost 67% for the game. Seriously, that's pretty amazing considering the moment of this and trying to win a state championship. And Slaughthog, Dave, dialing it up.
Yeah. He had 17 in the last game, 34 in the game prior to that. He's been doing it the whole tournament.
Yep.
And all season, obviously. So now a 6-point lead, biggest lead here for Hayfield.
And that defense for Hayfield is kind of imposing their will. Just kind of slowly dominating this game has been that good Viking D.
The open look for 3 on the way, and Shaw hits it. Adam Shaw has 5. This torrid pace from outside the arc is continuing. Under 2 minutes to go now. A 3-point game. 5 a little bit of trouble now. The trap is on him. Foster has it, but all alone, it's Fritcher under the basket. Good court vision, Kevin, there by them to recognize that despite a double team.
Picked up his dribble, kind of stuck, and there's Thompson, big 6'7" body looming in front of him, and kind of kept his nerves together and able to find his buddy along the other baseline. Very nice.
Burgett gets a shot off. That won't go. And Shaw just with a great effort. Slot Hockey's got a little time to get that shot off, takes advantage of it, and just follows through. He knew it.
That's a deep one, too. That's feet around that NBA line. That's 23 feet away, and these high school kids are, man, they got some of them just have deep range. And there's on the other end for the Owls. And got a variety of 10 threes have been made in this ball game. That's quite a bit for a high school team.
Slot Hog. And now they'll go to the top. And how about that? Fritcher decides he's going to add his name to the 3 column. And all 5 starters now have hit a triple. 39-31. Really a well-played, fun game to watch.
Look at this pressure, too. They're not going to allow the Owls to breathe so easily.
Everybody in the bench, look at Hayfield bench, and nobody's sitting. Hardly. There's some focus from some of these guys on the bench, man. They are just bent over and into the game. We've got 18 seconds to go in the first half. State tournament action from Target Center. This is the A title game. Let's see if he pushes it at 8. He does. Roloff has it. Whoa. And now inside. Boy, he saw that opening. Oh, my. Missed the layup. Thompson goes underneath. He's okay. But that was a shot they really wanted. We had 4 ties, 3 lead changes. The biggest lead of either team is 8 points, and that's where we're at right now.
There's Fritcher pulling up a lefty from top of the key, making a 3 like you said, Dave. It seems like both schools were making outside shots. Offensively, both look good. It seemed like as the half wore on, the Hayfield defense started to kind of dictate, and their aggressiveness really started to control what was going on. It was really impressive play by their defense there for the Vikes.
State Championship Saturday here as you take a look at some of the action from our very well-played first half here between these 2 great teams, well coached by Coach Beadle and Coach Pack. And it's showing here this beautiful alley-oop, Kevin, right there. Some nice assists in this game, too.
Slot Hog has been terrific. Matt Thompson, the big guy for Hancock right there, has been really good as well. So very entertaining performance by both squads.
Look at you. No braces, all the internet you can handle. I wasn't so lucky.
Invis is not your parents' braces. Invis is predictable, less painful, more comfortable. Invisalign.
Playing sports in high school was one of the best times of my life. Franzen Bank and Trust would like to congratulate all the teams playing in the state tournament. You should be proud of your great season. Franzen Bank and Trust. Real people, real results.
The cost of everything has gone up dramatically over the last 75 years. With one exception. Keeping electricity affordable. That's the power of your co-op membership.
This message is brought to you by your Minnesota Touchstone Energy Cooperatives.
Students in extracurricular activities earn better grades.
Have better attendance, graduate at a higher rate.
Believe in we, fully funding schools so we can offer all students a well-rounded education.
Work. There's all kinds. There's the work we do in the morning. The work we do in the dead of night. Problem-solving, world-changing, mind-bending hard work. It's what drives us. To lead the way, unwilling to quit. Because the work we do, it's bigger than us. It's work, worth doing.
We cheer for the teams, the families, the fans, and the local partners who bring the game into your living room.
At Luther, we have over 13,000 new and used vehicles, all local and available for test drive and same-day delivery. Plus, with Luther Direct, we provide pickup and delivery for both sales and service, as well as a full online retail solution, so you can purchase your next vehicle from the comfort of your own home. For best-in-class customer experience, Luther Direct delivers. From our store to your door. To learn more and get started, visit lutherauto.com.
For a team to be successful, all the pieces need to be in place. First-time homebuyers need that too. Let the local mortgage consultants at Franz & Bank help you put the pieces in place when you're buying your first home. Franz & Bank and Trust. Real people, real results.
Look at you. No braces, all the internet you can handle. I wasn't so lucky.
Invis is not your parents' braces. Invis is predictable, less painful, more comfortable. Invisalign.
The tournaments on 45 TV are brought to you by Tria Orthopedics. For the athlete in all of us, there's Tria.
45 TV thanks Health Partners for being a great partner for our state tournament broadcast. And joining me now, Dr. Nick Anderson from Health Partners. We're talking basketball. When you talk basketball, there's going to be ankle injuries. What's the cause of most of the ankle injuries in hoops?
Many ankle injuries happen when the foot rolls inwards, causing tearing of the outer ankle ligaments. This happens when coming down from a rebound and landing on an uneven surface, like a player's shoe, or just landing awkwardly on a foot.
Everybody loves the shoes. It's part of basketball culture, but what are some things you can look for when you're choosing your footwear to help prevent ankle injuries from happening?
So choosing supportive shoes that extend above the ankle is crucial and can reduce the likelihood of ankle sprains.
Okay, so worst case, you get a sprain, you get a little tweak in that ankle. What are some of the steps you should take in getting toward recovery?
Initially, applying ice and elevating the limb can reduce swelling, and then getting in to see a primary care doctor or sports medicine provider to determine the extent of the injury. After that, standard care for low-grade sprains is reduced weight bearing and splinting with an ACE wrap for 2 weeks, with more severe injuries taking up to 4 weeks before returning to play.
And Health Partners can certainly help you out there. Dr. Anderson, thanks for your time, and thanks to Health Partners for being such a great partner for the tourneys on 45.
At the heart of a community are people, and shaping the world has always been a team effort. As a design and consulting firm, WSB is proud to support the infrastructure needs of our communities.
Sometimes you don't need a full-out knock-down walls, gut-everything kitchen renovation, but you have dated cabinets, old countertops, and blah fixtures. That calls for a kitchen restyle from Rusco Kitchen Remodelers. For a third of the cost of a traditional remodel, restyle your space with new cabinets, hardware, and fixtures. Most kitchens are done in just a few days, and right now, no down payment and no interest until 2022. Go to RuscoKitchens.com.
In America, the future belongs to everyone. So we built the truck of the future for everyone. Ford F-150. With best-in-class available towing and payload, and an available interior work surface. It's built to work hard and smart. Because the truck of the future isn't built for a few. It's built for America. Ford F-150. Drive one today. Now, for a limited time, get over $5,800 total savings on a 2021 F-150. Only at your Northland Ford dealers.
We cheer for the teams, the families, the fans, and the local partners who bring the game into your living room.
Minnesota weather can be a challenge, but getting a detailed forecast shouldn't be. That's why I'm here, with a 3-day outlook right at 10 to keep you ahead of the storm. Get your forecast first, every night at 10, from Minnesota's Weather Authority.
People have always shaped the world, and we're proud to support the infrastructure needs of our communities. At WSB, we build for tomorrow, today.
High school sports are a big deal here at 45 TV, so I'm always trying to get the employees a little more up to speed on things like hockey. Case in point, I sent Adam Goldberg and his dad all the way to Philadelphia in the company time machine to learn a little more about the game.
Your first hockey game. There's nothing like it.
Must be like opening night at the theater.
Oh, you suck, Winnipeg Jets!
Oh my God, they're the Jets! It's like West Side Story on ice!
That was definitely a waste of time.
The Goldbergs, weeknights at 6 and 6:30 on 45 TV.
Shooting display in the first half of the Class A Boys Championship. Hayfield leading Hancock by 8. It is 39-31. Chris Long back with you here at Target Center on 45 TV, joined by Leah B. Olson. Neither team could miss, Leah.
It was a fun first half. You really saw both teams executing exactly how they wanted to and making very few mistakes. Hayfield only had 1 turnover in that first half, so just playing well executed basketball.
Take care of the ball, you hit your shots, it's an easy game,
yeah,
right?
It's a nice one to watch, too.
Take a look at the highlights. We mentioned Matt Thompson in the open. We figured he would play a big role for Hancock, and he has. 12 points, 5 rebounds, setting them to an early hit, his first 5 shots.
Yeah, it's really fun to watch him with all his different moves that he has. The 6'7" junior is really good outside, but also can handle the pressure inside and with his physical presence.
And on the other side, 61.9% shooting for Hancock. Hayfield not to be outdone, 69.6. Isaac Matty, Kobe Foster, everybody getting good looks.
Yep, everyone sharing the ball. They came out with a lot of confidence, playing team basketball, taking good looks at the basket, and when you're open, taking advantage of it.
That's Easton Fritcher on sort of the alley-oop there. He's averaging 22 rebounds so far at State, Leah. He has 1 so far because nobody's missed.
Right, yeah, that's what I think the big difference in the second half will be. How can you disrupt the other team a little bit? Both teams doing exactly what they want.
The stats are brought to you by Xfinity Sports Zone, the ultimate hub for all things sports. Boy, this is going to be a great finish in the second half. Hancock and Hayfield coming up second half.
Looking for sound financial advice in uncertain times? Your local Franzen Bank and Trust has been a rock-solid ally for families, farms, and businesses all across our region for over a century. You can trust Franzen Bank and Trust.
Sometimes imagination sparks passion. Passion which, with the right support, gives rise to generation shapers. It inspires boundary breakers and world changers. Imagination, always welcome here.
Students in extracurricular activities earn better grades,
have better attendance,
graduate at a higher rate,
pick up valuable lessons in leadership and teamwork.
Yet after decades of underfunding, budget cuts have threatened extracurricular activities.
Believe in We, Minnesota, coming together to fully fund schools.
And make sure all students receive the well-rounded education that they deserve.
As members of a Touchstone Energy Cooperative, we've all got a job to do. And the more we work together, the more we save. That's the power of your co-op membership.
This message is brought to you by your Minnesota Touchstone Energy Cooperatives.
At Luther, we have over 13,000 new and used vehicles, all local and available for test drive and same-day delivery. Plus, with Luther Direct, we provide pickup and delivery for both sales and service, as well as a full online retail solution, so you can purchase your next vehicle from the comfort of your own home. For best-in-class customer experience, Luther Direct delivers. From our store to your door. To learn more and get started, visit lutherauto.com.
You are ready now. Discovery isn't just over the horizon. It's in everything you do. Because excellence is a habit. And great ideas don't come ready-made. So bring your work ethic, bring your ambition. This is work worth doing. Worth searching. Worth knowing. This kind of work is is for leaders. This kind of work is for you.
I admire receivers who go across the middle. Franzen Bank's Dennis Welch will go across the middle for your small business. Ask Dennis about SBA financing today. Franzen Bank's an SBA preferred lender. Franzen Bank and Trust. Real people, real results.
The tournaments on 45 TV are brought to you by your local Holiday Station stores.
Half number 2 and a very exciting start to this game, but one of the players in this game is also a pretty good football player. Look at Matt Thompson here. For Hancock in the state championship football game. Look at him carry people into the end zone, Kevin. This is just some strength we're seeing here in the basketball game. He's been playing a great state tournament for this team. But that's him as a football player now, not last year, obviously, but a couple of years ago in a game against Mountain Iron, if I remember right. Well, there you go. Yep.
You know what that touchdown reminded me of, Dave, was the last scene in the movie Varsity Blues when Billy Bob carried like 6 guys into that final touchdown in that movie. It's kind of reminded me of Billy Bob doing his work on the gridiron.
It does remind you of beauty of the small towns, too, that we have here. Multi-sport athletes are certainly not uncommon. In fact, you almost have to be one. Keep everything functioning. Yep, exactly. Right now, Hayfield with the lead. 8 points, biggest lead of the game right here. They start off the half with a basketball. That's Fritcher. He had a really good half, not only in the boards, but scoring.
Yeah, especially the end of that first half, Dave. He was kind of made his presence known, but he's doing a good job. We got to compliment this Hayfield defense. Has been really good, and it kind of starts with Fritcher's aggressiveness as a 6-footer against the big man, Matt Thompson.
Slothawk trying to drive inside. He's cut off. Back to Fritcher, and he will go against Thompson. No shot there, but it feeds it off. Nobody else there. The lane clogged up nicely defensively that time by Hancock. But they'll just bring it back out and be patient. We saw the very first series of this game be over a minute long, just like this one is.
Just kind of working up a lather here, the Vikings are. And Fritcher's just he's gonna look at, they're not gonna really respect that outside shot. Although he stuck a 3 in the first half, but for the most part, they're just gonna back off him.
And that one's kicked out of bounds by who? By Hancock, so it'll go right back to Hayfield, leading this game. And they've had the ball 1 minute and 18 seconds to start here. And they've continued to control it.
Nice back cut, but it was guarded there by number 21. Adam Shaw kind of sniffed that out. He got himself in position, so that layup wasn't available.
The step back 3 then does not go. So, Kevin, that was 1 minute 32 seconds with the ball and 1 shot.
Yeah, and then just like in the first half, the game starts, that one long offensive possession, and then the game sped up after that. We'll see if the same thing happens here in the second.
Here come the Owls. Roll off, will feed it back out. That's a wide open look right for Shaw, and he is not going to take that. They'll give him that shot at the free throw line.
Hey, look at this. They're really sitting in the lap of Thompson. They're going to invite outside shooter from somebody else. Thompson, when he goes into that post, the whole defense kind of sags to his side.
Someone should be open, right?
That's exactly right. Just got to move the ball and find that opening.
And a rebound by Kobe Foster, and now stolen. What an effort. Inside, and the drive going to be good, and a foul on that play. Kellenberger goes in with it and draws one. That was a heck of a sequence right there.
No kidding. I mean, what a great aggressive play here by Shaw. Just to poke it free, to shake it loose. Kellenberger gets possession. Watch his defense right here. Just came up behind and tipped it loose, got on the floor, got it over to his buddy. Potential three-point play. That's an enormous play, even though it's early in the second half, but wow.
Completes it. 8 points in the game. And here comes Hayfield now. Wide open look for Fritcher. Thompson give that. He's going to go inside and kick it out. And there's that 3 on the other side that's being waited. Just kind of patiently for over there was Kobe Foster. And this game just continues to be fun to watch, Kevin. This is well played up and down.
There's probably 6 or 7 examples of penetrate, draw the defense to you, and kick it up to the open shooter, and that guy rings the bell. I mean, there's been a number of situations like that, Dave, really for both teams, and it's a beautiful brand of basketball. It really is.
And Josh had the drive, couldn't make it happen on the layup, or Felix rather. Sebastian at the end of the first half too. He's got good move to the bucket. Just got to get that field going. To the other side, that one's going to be good. This just doesn't stop. Foster has 4 of them today.
Boy, another example. Drive and kick. And then it's smart for these shooters. A guy like Foster, find the opening. No one's guarding you because your guys had to get into the lane to help, and you're wide open. But you got to put yourself in position so your teammate can kick it out to you and see you, which these guys are doing really well.
Boy, oh boy, they opened it up with these 3-pointers. Again, that's been a really... Both teams have shot well, though, Kevin.
Absolutely, and there's Foster staying in the kind of the sight zone of your teammate, and there's Foster yet again from the other side after another, drive and kick out to him, and right there. Make sure you stay in the zone where he can see you, and catch and release the shot. Nice job.
45-34. 14:39 to go. The scoreboard up top there.
I really
off a little bit.
I really think, Dave, that if Hayfield ends up winning this ball game, we're going to talk about the great shooting, and which has been entertaining and been really solid. At the same time, the unsung hero, if that happens and Hayfield wins, is going to be their defense and what they've done on that end of the floor, which has kind of quietly dictated the game, I think. It's smart, really smart at helping each other.
So the ball will be in, and now they're working on the clock. See if they can get the correct score up there. That's what the delay is right now. They're having a conversation regarding that. Now they go back. Yeah. As you can see, we had it at 45-34, but on the big board here, it was 46. So, TV. Player of the game, TV truck.
Need me to go down there and yell at somebody, Dave? I'll do it.
With the basketball now, the Hancock Owls suddenly down by 11 points, and there's Felix, and he's got the open look for 3, and they leave him wide open, and Sebastian took complete advantage of that. A torrid pace of 3-point shooting in the state championship game.
That's a key shot right there. Hancock needed somebody to step up and make a shot outside of Thompson.
Felix going for the steal, and the ball is now loose again, and Hayfield ends up with it. Foster managed to keep the pivot, almost lost it there.
Dave, I can't think of one bad shot taken in this game. Can you? I don't think so. I mean, everything has been executed beautifully for both teams, really.
Well, Kellenberger just took a shot to the face. So, plenty physical. Foster again, boy, that went down and then just wouldn't sink for him. And now a scramble on the rebound.
Fritcher's like, what? Me?
Did they call a foul on there?
They might have. I don't know.
Did. Yeah, they did.
Okay,
yep.
so I think Fritcher got the foul call, and he's like, what? We were just battling it out, trying to grab the basketball. This is a big shot there for Hancock. They kind of needed something positive to happen. Somebody else needed to make a shot besides Matt Thompson. And there he is, Felix stepping up and getting it done. And here's the little mix-up between Fritcher and Thompson.
He pleaded his case. Was unheard. Hancock with the basketball now, trailing by 8 points. That's Thompson and Fritcher. There's that spin move that's so effective, and he puts it up and in and draws a foul.
That's a tough shot to bank that in. Are you kidding me? Off the dribble for a guy that size. Watch this little spin move. Another good example of a spin. Kind of get in between the two bodies and take the contact. And that's a very difficult shot to make, especially off the glass.
He's a junior, by the way.
Yeah.
Just in case you didn't know, college coaches. Keep an eye on this guy.
Yeah, I don't know if he's going to grow any taller, but if he does, really got something. Even if he doesn't, you really got something for as far as college basketball.
15 points in the game, and Hancock down, cut the gap to 5. Hayfield, the Vikings. Steelers pack. You can see him, the head coach, John Kruger, Greg Slothog are his assistants over there. You can see them right behind the head coach. And again, a series of passes to open up a good shot. Nothing in the lane.
But Thompson's really kind of sinking in the lane too, Dave, trying to, kind of float in the middle of the lane and bother shots.
Double dribble, turnover. Plenty of emotion, plenty of intensity out here, as you can imagine. State championship game. These teams just kind of waiting for the Nets to start on fire the way they're torching it right now. Felix just hit one, and he tries to spin that. Slothog might have gotten his hand on that, knocked it loose. Here he comes, got a 2-on-2 break. Nice. And he gets it. He is tough to stop once he's in there. First bucket of the second half for Ethan, but his 16th point of the game.
I hope we can take a look at that little shot by Slothog again, Dave. Again, just because you get closer to the basket doesn't mean it's going to be an easier shot. That little 2-foot jump stop under control and pull-up jumper, it's almost as easy as a layup. Thompson! Woo, that was a tough shot.
Oh, good defense. Fritcher was playing him really well, and he just steps back and another three. And now we have a 4-point game. Well, there's a wide open look for Fritcher, and he will not get it. Rebound Felix. Sebastian Felix comes in and contributes right away to the squad.
I think it's important that he keeps taking shots, though, Dave. Not bad shots, but as another long three is taken, a good rebound by Fritcher. But Fritcher's got to keep Thompson. Thompson's guarding Fritcher. And if you keep passing up shots, open shots, then Thompson's just going to sink in the lane and bother everybody else. So he's got to keep Thompson honest by taking some of those open shots.
Vikings. That's caught. Oh, man, can't get the shot to drop. There's a rebound. Felix finally grabs it and hangs on to it. Here comes Roloff. Wow, there's a long three. Holy smokes, that was from downtown. Fritcher, yet another board. The rebound machine. Here comes Slothog. And Felix cuts that off. Thompson, the outlet to roll off, and there's a fast break. One-on-one, won't get it. Good defense by Foster to come in and cause trouble there.
There we go. Kick it out. Oh, Fritcher's not going to take that one. A little too deep for the young man.
Pack. That's a good spot right there from the corner of that free throw line. And he has his 7th point and increases the lead by 6.
Pretty amazing how mistake-free of a basketball game this has been. Both teams, especially early on, there was a couple turnovers after Hayfield kind of applied a little defensive pressure, but for the most part, these teams have been pretty locked in.
Felix will give him the shot, and he'll take advantage of it. That's the second time now that they've given him room to shoot. And then there's a foul after the play, after the shot, Kevin.
That might be on Hayfield too, Dave, so that's going to count. And then in an effort to box out Thompson, the big guy right there, there's a foul on that play.
Yeah, look at Slothog.
Look at that little 2-foot jump stop, Dave. Under control. As easy as a layup for a lot of young players. And there's Thompson with the step-back move. Oh, so delicious.
Hi, I'm Charlie, and I'm building my future with Wayuna.
Visit myunaminnesota.org.
Minnesota Rusco now has Minnesota's window, Triple Pane. Triple Pane windows offer the best in energy efficiency and make a nice difference in noise reduction as well. So call or go online now and get 65% off all labor, 18 months interest-free financing, and we'll upgrade every window you purchase to Triple Pane at no additional cost to you. We've got you, Minnesota, and now we've got your Minnesota windows, too.
We're Minnesota Rusco since 1955.
Hi, I'm Sierra, and I'm building my future with Laiu.
Visit LiunaMinnesota.org.
Fan Cam brought to you by Xfinity Mobile, your wireless, your rules. Here's who came to the game today. Tough ticket in Hancock and Hayfield to get these limited amount of tickets. They sell out pretty quickly.
I always like when I see the younger, at the boys' tournaments, you see the younger boys, that are, whatever, 4th graders or 6th, 7th graders watching. Look at the little fella. Check it out. He's a Hancock fan, looks like. And that always motivates those younger players, Dave. They watch these older high school kids get to a point like this where they're on TV in the bigger NBA arena, and that just motivates them once it's their turn.
12-4 run right now for Hancock. Burgett in the middle, Cody Joyce will have to kick it out, and now turnover goes right back to Hayfield. Joyce will pick up Pack. Boy, he is covering him all over him like a cheap suit.
That's exactly right. Hancock defense has been livened up by what they've been doing offensively last couple possessions, Dave. Their defense has, I think been energized a bit from their offense.
Oh, that's just power to get that angle down the long. And look, as you cut off, and he just kept going at it, and Slothog scores again.
I'll be interested to see where he goes to college to play hoops. He's definitely an interesting prospect. The next level.
They're going to call a charge there. Slothog got position and draws a foul.
Hesitation with the left hand, almost a little hook with his arm, with his right elbow, but able to find himself under the rim. And there's Slothog playing good defense too.
5-point lead for Hayfield. Vikings will bring it up. And Slothog will bring it up. He's all over him. He'll play any part of that court. Bring it up. Play down on that low post. Here's Manny on the drive, and he takes advantage of the baseline. And Isaac has 7.
Boy, Hancock makes a little run, and Hayfield comes back, making tough shots and getting a little bit of breathing room right now with the 7-point lead.
That's Jose trying to get something. Having lost his pivot, but he slipped, traveled. Here's Coach Pack, Hayfield Vikings, 21 years. So the Vikings will bring it up slowly. 8:43 to go in this one. And the shooting is really off the charts. The three-point shooting percentages, Kevin, as they try to go down low. The scramble for the ball. And then a whistle and a travel is called. Yeah. Pitcher was calling it too, but just looking at the percentages on the three-pointers, my goodness, this is fun to watch. 62% for Hayfield, 67% for Hancock. Do I have my numbers right?
Yeah, that's exactly right. And the numbers, in a lot of ways are pretty even. The rebounds are pretty even. Turnovers, Hancock's got a few more, but three-point shooting, like you said, nice steal there by the big fella.
Thompson slowing it down. His team trailing right now, 53 to 46. Preston roll off. Shaw. Thompson posted way out, gets that screen, and he'll shoot that three and not get it. And Slothog is there for the rebound. Don't be surprised if he coast to coast it went once in a while too off of the boards. Oh, look at the pass all the way up the picture.
Exactly. And the defense for Hancock has got to stay tight here. It's going to be a foul called on Matt Thompson. The big man trying to prevent that drive to the basket. Got a little too close to hit him with the elbow in the noggin.
Yep. You had to feel that, baby. Now you forget about it quickly. Here we go. State championship on the line. No shot there. Back out. Manny has it. It's just a sophomore, by the way. Number 11 is. Easton Pritchard coming into this game had 44 boards in 2 games in the state tournament. That Manny shot will not go. Thompson going to outlet to roll off. Roll off will push it up, and then they go for the steal. Nothing there for Slothog. Roll off recognizes it and tries to get that outside shot. Shaw won't take it. He's going to give back to Preston.
Dave, it seems like as Thompson gets to the basket, but they kind of crowd him on that attempt. It seems like maybe Hayfield's got a few more outside threats than Hancock does. Hancock relies so much on Thompson, but it seems like Hayfield offensively, they got a few more guys that can stick that outside, or more confident shooters. Maybe that's a better way to put it.
Pretty good coverage that time by Kellenberger. So on the miscue, the ball goes back to Hancock. Felix will come back into the ball game, and he'll come in for Adam Shaw. He's hit a couple of big three-pointers for him.
Yeah, I think they need to get one more guy in there that, you know, once Thompson starts to do his thing with the ball in his hands, and he can kick it out to guys who are, you know, confident and looking to take that shot.
Well, Burgett is an outstanding three-point shooter, and they really put the cap on him.
Good point.
Turnover.
He's been quiet.
There's Slothog all the way down. Almost got it.
Yeah, exactly right. Burgett's got to get some shots. He's just being shadowed right now, and there's no openings because he can fill it up.
There's a foul. That'll be on Hayfield, and body's getting untangled.
Well, there's Kellenberger getting to the basket, trying to find an opening, and just
boy, that
it's almost took his head off. Aggressive drive, though. That's good. Hancock, again, maybe not quite as many outside threats, but get to the basket, make something happen, get to the free throw line, and see if you can convert here. And Hancock needs to have a little bit of a run here. Time is starting to get down there, and with the way this game is starting to go here, the end of the ball game, Hancock is going to need some threats here.
They've been recognized for their academics 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. Boy, they've had a real strong emphasis on the academics along with this athletics, so student athletes. Shot, Kellenberger. Same thing down in Hayfield. Really good academics. Kids are good students.
There's Preston roll-off day with that little mid-range jump shot off the nice move.
My Maverick moment happened when I toured campus for the first time. My tour guide was great and campus was beautiful. Since coming here, I have discovered many Maverick moments. Like with the instructors. The instructors love what they're doing and they want to help every student succeed. Being a Maverick is unbelievable. The school spirit this year is through the roof. Maverick athletics are doing great, and you can definitely tell that by the atmosphere around the campus community. And those are my Maverick moments. What are yours going to be?
Menards has the largest selection of trusted brands for your home. Dutch Boy Forever is a paint and primer in one with Arm & Hammer technology that helps block common household odors. A gallon of flat paint is $24.88 after 11% rebate. Lithonia Lighting has recessed, utility, dropper, and flat panel lights to choose from. The integrated LED lights will save you energy. All Lithonia Lighting is 11% off. Get 11% off everything at Menards.
Save big money at Menards.
Because my toughest opponent isn't another player. Because the newest shoes only take you so far. Because free throws come at a cost. Because even in the off season, I'm always on. Because beating the buzzer means more than winning the game. Because good enough isn't. That's why I'm next.
The Greater Twin Cities Honda dealers. Proud supporters of What's Next.
Play the game being brought to you by Minnesota Rusco since 1955, Kevin.
Watch this great hustle. Defensive rebound there by Hayfield. Get on the floor, young man. That's Adam Shaw to poke it free. Leave some skin on the hardwood. Get it over to your buddy who dives to the basket. Make the layup and get fouled and convert on the three-point play. That ended up being kind of a big moment here in this ball game. And these kids are just leaving it all out the court. Great effort.
Well, that's Adam Shaw. Yeah, he's a worker. It's been a good game. Fans are getting their money's worth and then some. You might want to go charge them for another ticket the way this one thing's been played.
Give it to us, too.
Waseca fans starting to file in now.
Hey, who's not looking forward to Waseca, Caledonia? I know I am. That's going to be a good one.
Well, here comes the pressure now. Roloff's going to try to inbound the ball against Manny or give him a hard time, and they have the defense drop off, and Slothog will bring it down. Pritchard is going to move around here, see what they can go. Low post, trying to a little bit. That's Manny down there. They had that give and go, Kevin, but just couldn't get the pass off.
It's because of the good pressure by Hancock as far as their guy guarding the basketball.
Pritchard come out of nowhere to save that ball. Another great rebounding effort, and that three won't go. Rebound hauled down by Preston Roloff.
Let's see if we can get a hoop here, Dave. 2 or 3, doesn't matter. Cut this to a one-possession game here with 5+ minutes to go.
Felix moves it in, mid-range. Can't get a good follow-up underneath by Kellenberger to save that.
Boy, they moved the ball really well.
Thompson, kick out. Felix, 3. He's hit 2 already. That one's going to bounce back over the other side of the glass. And that'll go back to Hayfield. Hayfield with the lead. 53-48, 5:24 to go here in this ball game. State championship, Class A on the line. Hancock has won it before back in '97. Hayfield has not.
Yeah, lower scoring game, I would say, at least up to this point. The good three-point shooting by both teams. It's cooled a little bit, but, I mean, this has been, well played, very entertaining, and let's see if Hancock can creep it a little closer.
Manny. Slothog. Oh, the spinner.
That was nice.
So now a 7-point lead as a result of that, of the Vikings of Hayfield.
Get into the lane, spin back. Very nice play. He's kind of snaky with how he moves. I mean, as far as an athlete, that's just a quick move. There's not much you can do if you're trying to defend that, Dave. And he eats up a lot of space into the spin. It's not like he spins and goes 6 inches. He spins and goes about 4 feet. And then takes another step, and next thing you know, he's 8-9 feet away from you, and executed beautifully. That's one of his go-to moves right there, that spin.
Our game summary being brought to you by Franson Bank and Trust. Real people, real results.
Well, Matt Thompson, the big guy, we haven't said quite as much about him. He had 12 points right off the bat, only 18 now, so that's slowed down a little bit. And Slothog has really gotten going, and Foster making outside shots as well. And again, just extremely well played by both these teams. It's going to be sad that one team is not going to take home the trophy, the big one.
That pass a little bit off the money, almost stolen by Hayfield, but as a result, it'll be back in the hands of the Owls of Hancock, coached by Corey Beadle, Southwest Minnesota State grad as well. Got 2 of those going after each other. Both of these head coaches out of Southwest Minnesota State. Corey's been doing this 11 years. And just plain lost the ball on the drive in. Turnover. Hayfield has it. Under 4.5 minutes. In the lane, caught down there, nothing there. We saw the patience of this team right away to start to this half. This time they have the open look from 3. That one won't go. Thompson will knock it over to Roloff. Roloff a lead pass to Burgett, and it's too much.
Yeah. Couple sloppy decisions here. The last minute of this game by Hancock that it's starting to get down to the point where you can't make any mistakes. You got to get some shots up and close the gap a little. It's only 7 points. There's a ton of possessions. It's going to, as far as switching over, but Hayfield's going to start, eating up this clock too, Dave.
There's a dangerous pass. Thompson. So, Kevin, we have been talking about how smooth this is played. Hardly any mistakes. Look at Wall by himself. Kellenberger got free. We haven't seen much of that today. Now you get a 5-point game again. But this has been pretty mistake-free except for the last, as you said, about 90 seconds.
Yeah, no kidding. And both teams have kind of made a few flubs, but
another open look. Pritchard standing all by himself. He's in double figures.
Just great recognition, and I think both teams have done a good job of, the open guy gets the basketball, and And Fritcher right there benefits by scoring yet again right at the basket.
Roloff kind of looking for position, covered up. So Shaw to kick out. Brandon Kellenberger, the 6'1" senior, will take it all away in, and Slothog was there to stop that, and here comes Hayfield, their 7-point lead, trying to tack on some more here as we get to the 3-minute mark of this final half. It gets Thompson in the air, and then is fouled.
Well, he was hit hard, too.
Yeah, that's not a love tap, is it?
No, absolutely not. Watch this nice pass. Almost like a no-looker to Fritcher. A lefty. This will be a nice view right there. Recognizing no one was guarding Fritcher, and he got to the basket for an easy two. Fritcher yet again. Folks, if you don't know, he had 29 boards in their quarterfinal win. That's a hard foul by Thompson. And they helped him up. So, a tough play.
Ethan Pack on the free throw gets a second one. Now got an 8-point game in favor of Hayfield. And here comes Hancock. So Sebastian Felix will take the ball up on that left-hand side, get a pick from Thompson. Nothing in the corner, but oh boy, scary pass. Fritcher had a thought about going to get that thing. Kellenberger trying to make something happen in the lane. It's cut off beautifully.
Boy, they're really hugging Thompson. He doesn't have much room to breathe in there. I mean, once he catches the ball, they're in his lap.
Good drive to the bucket, Felix. He's come in with 8 points.
He's got to keep aggressive, David. And he's open to shoot a little bit. He stuck a couple threes as there's a foul right there.
Oh, man. How about that defense right there by Roloff to draw that charge?
Excellent. Look at this right here. Just moving his feet. I don't know if he was quite entirely set, but he got his body in a good position, and the ref gave him the call. That was a nice play. Hancock, huge defensive situation right there.
Down by 6. Thompson, Felix, Kellenberger, corner, shot, roll off, circles, rebound, Felix. He's come in and done a nice job off the bench. That ball go off the foot of one of the Vikings. There's Coach Beadle. Hancock up there by, not too far, a lot of them people fish, I'm sure, up on beautiful Lake Minnewaska in that area. Right by Starbuck. Felix gets underneath the defender, and it's a shot he wanted. And now a whistle, and did they just call a foul? I think they did, yeah, on Hancock.
Boy, yeah, just a little lefty leading layup right there, just popped out of the rim. That was a big play right there. You make that shot, 54, 58, 2 minutes to go. You're down 4. You're right there. They're still in this for sure, but creeping closer to a one-possession game. And once that happens, then anything can go, you know, for a team.
Everybody on this end of the court, Slothog will get it, and they'll back off. Ethan Slothog, he had 14 in the first half. He's got under 2 minutes now to work with.
Got a variety of guys that can handle the ball under duress too, so that's going to help them in situations like this. Smaller team. They're going to eat up this clock, Dave, and force Hancock to foul them. That's what they're going to do here.
Well, they do at 1:31 on the clock right there. Now, where are we on fouls? No bonus as of yet, so still 1 or 2 to give here. Well, these defenses both are pretty good. It's hard to keep the ball that long in a situation like this. So we'll see what happens here, Kevin. But again, both these teams, their offense has been fun to watch, but their defense equally as good.
Yeah, the defense gets aggressive, and they speed you up, and then you start to make mistakes. Smart, look at that. That was smart by Fritcher.
And actually go out to foul. Easton will go to the free throw line, the junior. He is a ace. Oh, no, what am I talking about? No bonus yet.
Oh, yeah, but that's the guy to foul. I was just looking at his free throw percentage, Dave, 47% from the charity stripe, so that's a guy you want to get after at some point.
Wide open under the bucket. Will he shoot it? And it's blocked. And a call is made, and a foul is called, and that's actually going to be a two-shot free throw coming up now.
Nice pass. Got a little bit of the basketball there, but enough arm to potentially take the arm out of the socket. Got his money's worth on that play. We'll see if this young man here can, Ethan Pack, can take care of business.
Yeah, he's our best free throw shooter. 2 of 3 in the game for him. Dad's the head coach. Pack's had a strong game. He's had a strong tournament, actually.
Only a sophomore, too. Like you mentioned that in the first half, Dave. Good player.
Well, now you've got a 7-point deficit to try to catch up to. Felix is going to work his way inside. Again, good move, and that time the left-handed shot goes up and in. He does a nice job getting to the basket, Kevin.
Yes, he does. And that was a difficult shot. You know, he got a big body right in front of him, and he's able to, you know, find an opening to actually bank it in. It's a good play.
Hey, time for another tournament flashback brought to you by Old Dutch. Quality lives here. Kevin, you'll remember this. Henning over Northwoods. Great game.
How fun was that team for Henning? That's why Class Single A is so good, because all these kids are not. There's no moving around. There's very little of that type of stuff. And yeah, their teammate who had passed away. That's right.
That was Jacob Quam. That's the jersey they're holding up. They lost their teammate in 2017. They always had that on the chair. Nobody sat in that chair. The jersey was there. Parker Crackle, Sam Fisher, and the gang from Henning over Northwoods. What a game that was. And that is our Old Dutch tournament flashback from just a couple of years ago.
But yeah, you know, these smaller schools, you know, like you come down to the Twin Cities and you got kids moving around and AAU and all that kind of stuff, and building, you know, all-star teams for high school teams. But schools like this, it's like you grow up with these kids, they're your buddies, you play all these different sports with them, and you get to a moment like this and you win a state championship, and you did it with your best friends.
Minute 4 to go in this one, and the ball will be inbounded by Hayfield with the lead. Everybody down on this end of the court. They're slot hog. At what point do you start falling? They'll go for the steal. Kellenberger, what hustle! And that possession arrow is going to go back to Hancock.
Whoa,
what a play!
That was a great play. Wow. To poke it free. This guy has been, slot hog has been terrific as far as just taking care of the basketball. Boy, that was just a phenomenal play by Kellensberger. Poke it free.
Hands. What a beautiful alert.
Yeah, exactly.
So now Hancock, a big possession right here with under a minute to go. Kellenberger on offense now. The kick out. Roloff has it. He's going to pop the three from the right side, and that's going to bounce over the basket. But on the rebound, Fritcher grabs it, hurt his foot a little bit, and took a foul at the same time. Now I believe they're going to go down and shoot the bonus here.
That was a good shot. I mean, he was open. It was a three. It would have cut the Hayfield lead to 2 had he made that shot. But you got to take it. I mean, the seconds are clicking down, and that was a good tough rebound right in the schnoz. Fritcher in the middle of the action again, yet again.
Both players taking a little action there. It is 11 points here for Easton today. And Luke Jones will come back in for the Owls of Hancock. Meanwhile, at the free throw line, Fritcher, this will be for Easton's first shot from the free throw line. Averages 11 rebounds per game during the season.
47% free throw shooter, and he makes that look easy.
You talked to Chris Pack, he'll tell you that win over Lyle Pacelli earlier this year was a real inspiration for these guys to know that they belonged here. Either team comes in the state tournament championship game ranked.
That's right.
Felix long three, SNBA 3, got it off the glass.
The bank is open. Look at this. 40 seconds to go, 3-point game. All right.
Yeah, and Felix, he's come in and he's provided 13 points in his time in the second half.
Watch this. We're going to have a good angle right here from this camera. Banks it in. he's liking that. And that, you know, again, behind that NBA line, these kids, impressive with their ability to rise up and hit shots from that distance. It's not easy.
First two times he took a three, remember, Kevin, they slacked off. They let him improve it. He did. And this time Slothock came right out on him. It was pretty good defense, actually. He had his arm up there, but the old hand in the face thing. But there's Sebastian right there. So now we're at a 3-point deficit for Hancock. A 3-point lead for Hayfield. Felix has the last 7 points for Hancock. And Kevin, what are they talking about in the huddle down there at Hayfield right now?
Well, I'll be curious to see if Chris Pack, the coach for Hayfield, keeps Easton Fritcher in this game, because they got the ball, they got a 3-point lead, and they might, if he stays in the game, only a 47% free throw shooter, I would think that that'd be a guy that Hancock would want to foul quickly and turn this into a, you know, a foul game type of situation. See if these guys can hit some clutch free throws.
Inbound pass, and quickly a foul is called, and it's Slothog that will go to the free throw line. He's been there one time all day today. He has 20 points in the game.
67% free throw shooter. Let's see if he can try to ice this up a little bit.
He had 51 points total in the first 2 games. And he's added, as I mentioned, 20 in this one. Look at that angle. Good feel for this shot. Wow.
There we go.
So here they come in a hurry. They got 35 seconds to work with. 60 to 57. They'll shoot the 3, and that won't go. And the rebound is going to be a scramble. And if that's possession, or let's go into Hayfield.
I think it is, yeah. Thompson was kind of given the timeout sign, but there was a fight for the basketball. Hancock did not have possession.
So we'll see Shaw and Jose come back in.
I think Felix kind of rushed that 3, Dave. They didn't need that right off the bat. I mean, I get it. He's made a few shots here, but you could have gotten a 2 and played that game as well.
Forced to call a timeout. Hayfield will go back and discuss things with 27.9. This has really been an excellent game. Well played. A lot of great shooting. And if you're just joining us now, you missed the light show from 3-point land. And it was everybody contributing.
Yeah, that's a good point. Everybody, especially in that first half, it's quieted down a little bit. I think the defense has kind of locked it up somewhat, David. So the threes haven't been quite as frequent. But Schlotthog, this kid, Ethan, 6'3" senior, has done a nice job defensively with the steals, getting to the basket, made a couple outside shots. He's like their point guard, even though he's the tallest player on the floor. Look at that beautiful spin move and eating up space, getting to the hoop. It's a nice-looking kid.
Yeah, there he is, listening intently, and he is our player of the game, brought to you by Preferred One. Achieve your best health with Preferred One health plans.
Yeah, obviously the points are huge. The steals that led to points in the first half was big, which kind of gave Hayfield that lead. And then for the most part, Hancock's been playing catch-up, and a lot of that happened during that run that Slothog was taking part of that thievery, as you like to call it.
That's what it is out there. And look at, there's his numbers. Pretty impressive. But we have 27.9 seconds left to see what unfolds here. Hayfield has the basketball. And it'll be Fritcher inbounding the ball. He's got 6'7" Matt Thompson trying to cause trouble on the inbound pass. In the backcourt. Down to 25. And there's another tie-up. And this one will go to Hancock. They get the ball back.
Job there by Luke Jose. Presented the basketball, Dave. I might as well just put my big mitts on it and get possession of the basketball here. We could have a tie ball game in just a second. That's a huge play.
Well, Coach Pack, not a happy man. I'm not sure what happened there, but now he's got a timeout, so he'll have a carry. Now he's talking to the official again. I imagine that jump ball, maybe he thought it was a foul. Either way, they'll be in the timeout. Officials will go over and talk to Coach Pack. That's Coach Beadle there.
That was not a foul. I mean, Thompson was right there. Then obviously Jost was right there too to tie it up, and that was just a good heads-up, aggressive play. Got possession of the basketball, and Thompson for Hancock has been a problem for Hayfield. His size, by far the biggest player on the court. He likes the spin move too, Dave, knocking down threes from the corner. And but his game has kind of quieted down. Wouldn't you say, Dave? Early on, he kind of got going quickly, and then I think that Hayfield defense has locked him up a bit more.
Yeah, really fun to watch these two coaches. Strategy-wise, they're excellent at it. Going back and forth, state title on the line, and everything is coming down to these final 22 seconds.
You don't have to have a three either. Get an open shot, 2 or 3.
Hold on, they'll get thrown away. Turnover on the Owls. 17 now for Hayfield to work with.
Boy, just sloppy decision-making at key moments. Oh, man.
And we haven't seen hardly any of that.
I know.
It's just so well played.
Exactly.
Oh, boy. They got one timeout left. Hancock's out of timeouts. That's twice now. Hancock's defense has forced them into a timeout.
I think they have to, once the ball is inbounded, if they don't get a steal, Hancock, they need to foul quickly. And if you notice how Fritcher was throwing the ball in, so he's a struggling free throw shooter. At least his numbers kind of suggest that throughout the season at 47%. So they're going to have him throw the ball in bounds for Hayfield. And then there needs to be a foul by Hancock really quick. They need to stretch this game out and see what they can, see if, count on Hayfield missing some free throws as you take a look at Ethan right there.
Well, here's how it all happened. And both teams have played pretty well. You can see Hayfield had that big win in their last game and in their first game, too. So they have really dominated their competition here at the state tournament. Hancock had a win over a really good Nevis team and then a pretty solid win over CPI St. Mary's. And now here they are, unranked, ready to prove that they're deserved of being in this championship game, which I think they have pretty well. That's the beauty of Class A. You know, I talked about this earlier. Just love it because it's so hard to know exactly who is really the best. And the state tournament is just pretty special. What a steal! Thompson has it now with 14.
Don't force a three. You don't have to have a three.
Roll off. Then they'll move to the corner. The three to tie the game won't go. 6 seconds. Hayfield's going to draw a foul with 5.7.
Man, after an entire ball game of really so few mistakes in many ways by both teams, then it got a little sloppy here, but that allowed Hancock to have some more opportunities, and they were hunting for a three, and they didn't need to.
So Fritcher is at the free throw line to try to seal the deal.
That's it. It's going to be tough to come back now. Clutch by this kid.
And he doesn't get that one. But now you got 3, 2, 1. There's the shot. It's going to be good. But that will end this game. And despite that made shot, Hayfield has won the state championship in a 1-point win over Hancock. What a game. So Coach Beadle, Coach Pack, go over and shake hands. Coach Pack now talking to some of the Hancock players. Shaking their hands, and he'll walk back over to his state championship team as they celebrated Hayfield.
Boy, what an entertaining game. That was awesome to watch.
Yeah, really well played. Boy, that set the table for 3 more today if they all play like this. So we're going to get the awards, and let's head down courtside and have the presentation.
Ladies and gentlemen, please join the Minnesota Minnesota State High School League in congratulating these athletes and their schools for their outstanding participation in this year's state boys basketball tournament and throughout this unprecedented season. The second place trophy will be awarded to Hancock High School. At this time, we ask the team captains to please come and get your trophy. The Minnesota State High School League will provide silver medals to Hancock for presentation by their school. The 2021 Minnesota State High School Class 1A boys basketball champion is Hayfield High School. And now will the team captains please come and get your championship trophy.
Nothing quite like it. Kevin, you've had a chance to experience that state championship feeling. Yeah, it's always fun to watch the celebration, and your heart goes out to the team that doesn't win it. Hancock should be strutting out there with chests sticking out and shoulders back. They were really good. They were right there to potentially win this game too. And boy, Hayfield just made enough plays, and they had that lead that was just hard for Hancock to fully come back from.
Well, everybody gets to touch that state championship trophy. Two really good teams proved how good they were here, getting to the state title game, and they'll take their team photos. Now, this award ceremony, as you can imagine, is a bit restricted from what you've normally seen through these many years, and the all-tournament teams and everything else, but that's just the nature of the beast out here with COVID-19 disrupting so much. But they get the tournament game in, and it's a hard smile, Kevin. It's a hard smile. I mean, that's something to be proud of, and they will be, but tough to take that loss.
Yeah, that was, I won a couple state titles when I was in high school, and that's one of my fondest memories is getting that medal put around your neck by the people that work at the State High School League, and obviously we're not going to have that this year with what's going on, but yeah, it's getting that medal, that blue medal put around your neck is nothing better, man. Holding that trophy up in front of your fans, that's the best.
Yep, big day in Hayfield. It's going to be a big night, too, I think.
Well, they earned it.
You knew a Southwest Minnesota State coach was going to win the championship, though. That much we predicted, as Corey and Chris are both proud of Southwest Minnesota State.
Well, this is a team that, I don't think anybody thought that they were going to be, look at this, state champions right there. They're in a small town like Hayfield, people aren't, this is going to be remembered for decades. And these kids, this is going to be something that they're always going to cherish the rest of their lives. And they got, yet again, to do this with their buddies and their friends that they grew up with. And boy, how exciting it is for this town.
Well, the joy of this is a great experience and a great feeling for these kids. You said it best, Kevin, from small towns, you never forget it. And a joyous coach and a coaching staff. And they'll be celebrating for a long time on the bus ride home. It'll be a short one for them tonight, back to Hayfield.
Look at you. No braces, all the internet you can handle. I wasn't so lucky.
Invis is not your parents' braces. Invis is predictable, less painful, more comfortable. Invisalign.
At Franzen Bank, one of our core values is supporting our communities. With the Franzen Forward Grant Program, we're excited to support schools across the state. I'm pleased to present this $2,500 check to benefit the Agriculture Career Pathway at Mankato East High School.
Thank you, Franzen Bank, for selecting Mankato Area Public Schools as a Franzen Forward Grant recipient. With these dollars, we will be building a state-of-the-art, technology-enriched greenhouse. Thank you for all that you do in making this possible.
Touchstone Energy Co-op members can save up to 85% off prescriptions and everyday purchases when you show your Co-op Connections card at local businesses. Finding ways to save you money. That's the power of your Co-op membership.
This message is brought to you by your Minnesota Touchstone Energy Cooperatives.
Students in extracurricular activities earn better grades,
have better attendance,
graduate at a higher rate,
pick up valuable lessons in leadership and teamwork.
Yet after decades of underfunding, budget cuts have threatened extracurricular activities.
Believe in we, Minnesota, coming together to fully fund schools.
And make sure all students receive the well-rounded education that they deserve.
Sometimes, imagination sparks passion. Passion which, with the right support, gives rise to generation shapers. It inspires boundary breakers and world changers. Imagination, always welcome here.
At Luther, we have over 13,000 new and used vehicles, all local and available for test drive and same-day delivery. Plus, with Luther Direct, we provide pickup and delivery for both sales and service, as well as a full online retail solution, so you can purchase your next vehicle from the comfort of your own home. For best-in-class customer experience, Luther Direct delivers. From our store to your door. To learn more and get started, visit lutherauto.com.
Look at you. No braces, all the internet you can handle. I wasn't so lucky.
Invis is not your parents' braces. Invis is predictable, less painful, more comfortable. Invisalign.
The tournaments on 45 TV are brought to you by Friends and Bank and Trust. Real people, real results.
It's a first state championship for the Hayfield Vikings. They win it 61-60. And Leo, we have seen so much of this over the course of the girls' tournament, the boys' tournament. He wins the state championship, but thinks enough to go over and chat with the opponents and, you know, give them the respect they deserve.
It's the best part of the game, and it's classy, and it's how it should be, but it's really, really great to see.
Ethan Slothog and the Hayfield Vikings champions for the very first time, and they certainly earned it. Almost a wire-to-wire victory. The Owls closed up late and had a chance to take the lead late, but Hayfield hangs on to win it. Chris Long back with you here on 45 TV, along with Leah Olson. That was a wildly entertaining basketball game.
It was a great basketball game. Two teams just came out and showed us on Championship Saturday how good their teams could play. They played their best basketball with very few mistakes, and one team had to lose, unfortunately. It's a tough game to lose.
The impressive thing from my standpoint is teams that play outstate, especially this year, it's sometimes tough for us. We can see the scores, we can see the statistics. We don't see the teams play as much as we do the larger classes. You look at the numbers, these teams definitely have star players, one each. It was not a solo effort by any stretch of the imagination. The entire team contributing to today's effort.
Yeah, and that's really what made it so exciting. You could see that there was different players that we hadn't seen score before who stepped up in this game, and on a championship day, that's a big deal.
This game really changed gears, and they adjusted a bit, and you're going to see it here as we show you the highlights from this Class A state championship game. It started as a shootout and then kind of morphed into this possession game, and Hancock showed they're going to stand toe-to-toe. What a game for Matt Thompson, 18 points, 12 rebounds.
Yeah, he really showed up and showed out tonight. Just everything that he brings in his game. He's just a fun player to watch and really impactful, has some great moves.
Sebastian Felix comes off the bench. The stats say he averages 1.3 points a game. Fearless scored 7 straight points to get his team back in the game within 3 late.
That's what we're talking about. Players stepping up, coming off the bench, playing big in big games. That was really fun to see Felix do what he did on the court.
Kobe Foster, again, averages 2.5 points a game. Had some huge buckets for the champs.
You know, the coaching staff on both teams have to be very pleased. Players doing things that they didn't know they could do.
Ethan Slothog, you know, this is no disrespect to Matt Thompson. Ethan Slothog was the best player on the court today, both ends of the court.
And you need your best player to play their best game on the biggest night, and that's what Slothog gave us. He has been fantastic in this tournament.
That spin, just amazing presence of mind to get in there. And then, of course, he is right in the middle of the celebration. And the guys up top said it. Hayfield, you'll be talking about this championship win for years. They've been talking about that team that got to the title game in 2001 and fell to Kenyon Wanamingo, but now it's 2021 they're going to discuss. The first time champions of the state of Minnesota, and it just means so much to tell. It means a lot for any community, but especially for these Class A communities.
Oh, I agree 100%. And you look at these stats, not very much differentiates these two, and I really think it's just turnovers. Hancock had 13 turnovers, and there just wasn't very many mistakes made in this game.
The stats are brought to you by Xfinity Sports Zone, the ultimate hub for all things sports. They both shot over 60% in the first half. Always said there's no way they can continue that pace. They nearly did for both teams to shoot over 50%. And look at the 18 threes. You just don't see that often. It was just a fantastic game by both these teams.
Yeah, you don't see that in a championship game that often, where both teams come in that prepared, and they didn't have to make any adjustments coming out on this Target Center floor. They were prepared for what the situation was going to be to play great basketball at the best moment.
Congratulations to the Hayfield players. That starting five, almost all of them played the entire game. 36 minutes for 4 of them. Easton Fritcher got a 1-minute break when he got his 4th foul, but that is tough for 5 guys to play the entire game and still have the energy at the end to get it done.
Yeah, and that tells you that they've been doing that all season long, that they're used to playing that and kind of grinding out games. So congratulations to Chris Pack and the team that he brought in here. They were ready to go.
Lee, I'll take 3 more just like that the rest of the day.
I'm with ya.
Got the AA championship game coming up next. You think this was a good matchup? How about Waseca and Caledonia? Athletes for days on those two teams. Guarantee that's going to be at least as exciting as this one. Then we'll have 3A and 4A later tonight. Going to take a quick break as we see off the champions, the Hayfield Vikings, Class A champs for 2021. The AA title game coming up next right here on 45 TV.
Like I said, this is a dipstick.
Dipstick.
They call me I got you. You know I'm coming at you. Watch me go, go, go. Hey, I got that intellect. They give me mad respect. Everybody watch me go.
Because my toughest opponent isn't another player. Because the newest shoes only take you so far. Because free throws come at a cost. Because even in the off season, I'm always on. Because beating the buzzer means more than winning the game. Because good enough isn't. That's why I'm next.
The Greater Twin Cities Honda dealers. Proud supporters of What's Next.
Hey Minnesota, if it's time for a bathroom makeover, then it's time to call Minnesota Shower and Bath, Minnesota's exclusive Kohler dealer. Kohler Luckstone marble infused panels are easy to clean with no tile or grout. And with our warranty for life, it's guaranteed not to yellow, crack, or fade. All for about the same price as one of those plastic inserts. Call now and you'll receive an additional $1,500 off our bottom line price and get 18 months interest-free financing. We're Minnesota Shower and Bath, where it's done right and done in a day.
Want to save hundreds on your wireless bill? With Xfinity Mobile, you can. How about saving hundreds on the new Samsung Galaxy S21 Ultra 5G? You can do that too. All on the most reliable network? Sure thing. And with fast nationwide 5G included at no extra cost, we've got you covered. So join the carrier rated #1 in customer satisfaction. And learn how much you can save at xfinitymobile.com/mysavings. Hey, Tom.
Sheila? Hey, don't take losing the Anderson business personally.
I resigned it, Tom. I guess they didn't tell you about their opossum problem.
I thought it was pronounced possum.
Here we go.
There's something I never told you, Amber. I'm actually your half-brother.
We don't even look alike. And stop calling me Amber.
God, that is good TV.
Friends, weeknights on 45 TV.
So much has changed in the last few months, but we're still committed to bringing you the most up-to-date news at a time that's convenient for you.
Get a fresh
rush hour of local news and weather right at noon. Watch Eyewitness News at noon on 45 TV.
This is a 45 TV News Update. I'm Brett Hoffland.
And I'm Ashley Zilka in for Brandy Powell. Here's what is making news around the Twin Cities. The chief Hennepin County medical examiner who ruled George Floyd's death a homicide took the stand Friday in the trial of former officer Derek Chauvin. The defense argues that Floyd died of drug use or heart disease. But Dr. Andrew Baker testified that neither Floyd's heart problems nor drugs caused his death. He said the way Chauvin held Floyd down and compressed his neck, quote, was more than Mr. Floyd could take, given the condition of his heart. Baker testified Floyd had an enlarged heart, narrow arteries, and high blood pressure, causing Floyd to need more oxygen. Testimony continues Monday morning at the Hennepin County Government Center, and you can find complete gavel-to-gavel coverage of the trial on KSTP.com and on our mobile app.
Police say a 10-year-old boy wanting to buy a box of cereal led police on a bit of a chase in Stillwater. This is dash camera video showing the encounter from Sunday night. Police say the boy said he took his parents' minivan because he was going to the store to buy Cheerios. A video shows officers tracking the van down several streets. It eventually stops on the front lawn of the home, and police say the boy's parents were at home asleep. The van had some minor damage, but the boy was not hurt.
The city of Crystal is asking its residents to stop flushing mop heads down their toilets. City officials say the tool used for cleaning has been routinely clogging the pumps at a wastewater station. The city posted a map on Facebook. It highlights where the wastewater containing the mop heads is coming from. It's largely south and west of Crystal City Hall. Officials are also asking residents to call 911 if you see any non-city staff opening a manhole cover, especially if they are dumping a mop head.
It's a big day for St. Cloud State fans. The Huskies will be going for the title in the NCAA Men's Frozen Four tournament against UMass tonight. This is the first time St. Cloud State has ever played in the championship game. Puck drop is at 6 o'clock in Pittsburgh.
And the Minnesota Zoo's family farm opened up on Friday for this season. Last year, because of the pandemic, the farm babies were only viewable by webcam. But now you can see the chicks, cows, and piglets at the Wells Fargo family farm in person.
This is a working farm, and so the goal is to really connect kids, connect families to agriculture, to nature, and to see really some of the history behind working farms in Minnesota.
You can stop by to see the farm babies through May 16th. Make sure to buy zoo tickets online ahead of time.
Jonathan Uhas is here, and he has a quick check of our weekend forecast. Jen.
Okay, it's going to be cloudy here across the eastern portions of Minnesota. That includes the Twin Cities into western Wisconsin. A little bit brighter out to the west here, sunshine as you get out near the North and South Dakota border. Temperatures today, a degree or two off average, but not bad. In the mid-50s this afternoon, even with those clouds. But with the lack of sun, it'll be a chilly afternoon out there, too. Winds out of the west-northwest today, 10 to 15 miles per hour. Then as we get into this evening, we'll see that sunset. It really won't see much of a sunset as it will be cloudy, but at least you'll see the darkness coming on after 7:52. Overnight lows dropping down into the lower 40s with north winds at 5 to 15 miles per hour. The upcoming week, tomorrow for the weekend, the nicest day of the weekend is tomorrow with a mix of clouds and sun, a little breezy, high around 60. But then look what rolls in on Monday and Tuesday. We get some rain both days, especially on Monday, that could be mixed with snow. We're not forecasting any accumulating snow, but these will be 2 raw days here with temperatures only in the 40s for highs. Then as we get out toward Wednesday, we start out cool in the morning with some frost, but otherwise we warm to about 50 in the afternoon. And then we start to see back to average, if not slightly above average temperatures out toward Thursday and Friday as we get those temperatures working their way back up pretty close to 60 degrees and definitely more in the way of sunshine. But for today, quite a bit of cloudiness. We'll see that temperature slowly make its way to about 54 this afternoon with a little bit of a breeze, and some areas may catch a sprinkle.
All right, Jonathan, thank you. More boys state basketball action is still ahead. Up next, Caledonia and Waseca face off for the Class 2A title. Then later, in Class 3A, Alexandria plays Minnehaha Academy. Game starts at 6. Wrapping up the day is Cretin-Derham Hall and Wayzata in Class 4A. As always, you can catch all the action live over on 45 TV. And remember, during the week, you can get your morning news, weather, and traffic on 45 TV from 7 to 9 and again at noon.
Then join us again at 9 p.m. 7 days a week for your news, sports, and weather.
the heart of a community are people, and shaping the world has always been a team effort. As a design and consulting firm, WSB is proud to support the infrastructure needs of our communities.
Orthopedics is a branch of medicine that focuses on the treatment of injuries and conditions related to bones or the musculoskeletal system, including bones, muscles, ligaments, tendons, joints. And I think that's what's most interesting, is that it's what allows us to move through space, work every day, play, run, jump, be functional.
The natural inclination for an orthopedist is to take something that's either broken or curved and make it straight. And one thing a mentor of mine told me many years ago, he was a physician, and he said, just know that we don't heal anything. We just create the conditions necessary for healing, and then the body takes it from there. So we don't cause the bones to heal.